field, what to visualize and how to visualize. What to visualize the Bodhicitta, his holiness, the Dalai Lama, and all the Bodhisattvas, the enlightened beings who are the source of inspiration for the practice of compassion and the practice of the wisdom of emptiness. And how you visualize them, that they are so loving, caring, and blessing. And Bodhicitta field, visualize your grandparents and all demons and sentients around you, including children, human beings, animals, insects, hungry ghosts, helplings, god goddesses, spirits. And how you visualize them, that you are the mother and all others are like children. And the purpose of this practice is to awaken the Buddha nature within you, the seed of perfection within you, by removing the mental defilements. And to remove the mental defilements, we need to remove the nature of the mental defilements. And for that, we come to learn that there are two kinds of mental defilements, gross and subtle. The gross are referred to as the affective obscurations. The person's wish stops us from attaining fearlessness, attaining nirvana, and the subtle one refers to the cognitive obscuration, which stops us from attaining Buddhahood. And this affective obscurations is of two kinds meaning. One, having karmas and afflictions, and three, if it would be active seeds of these two. And all three are rooted to the self-grasping ignorance. And the cognitive obscuration, which constitutes the subtle stains, subtle latencies of the affective obscurations. And the remedy lies only in the wisdom of emptiness. And this wisdom of emptiness should be the non-dual wisdom of emptiness, which can happen only through the wisdom brought through meditation, which in turn is possible only through the wisdom brought through reflection, where one gains the unshakable confidence in this reality of the emptiness. And this is possible only if you have extensive studies, wisdom brought through learning. And this wisdom must be supported by the motivation of the Bodhicitta, the most beautiful mind, the most courageous mind of Bodhicitta, the primary mind which wishes to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. And to reach to that level of the Bodhicitta, it must be supported by renunciation, the desire to get away from all miseries for yourself, and this will extend to the other beings, will take the form of the Bodhicitta. So with this in mind, imagine that you're living this the practice, and all of those bodhisattvas that join, they are witnessing us, they are being there as a witness, and all the messages join you in this practice. Page 3. And through the great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to discover open very views to you, the Buddha of Dharma and your knowledge. And through the great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to discover open very views to you, the Buddha of Dharma and your knowledge. And through the great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to discover open very views to you, the Buddha of Dharma and your knowledge. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. I'm accumulation through practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. I'm accumulation through practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. I'm accumulation through practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sangye Jodan Doge Chonamda Chanju Bado Dani Gyatsu Chi Age Jinso Kibe Sonamge Jola Benjir Sangye Jobarai Shon Sanje Joda Goge Chonam La Chanjo Pardo Lani Kyapsu Chin Tage Jinso Kebe Chonam Ge Joda Menjir Sanje Rubarai Sho Sanje Joda Sobe Chonam La Chanjo Pardo Lani Kyapsu Chin Tage Jinso Kebe Chonam Ge Joda Menjir Sanje Rubarai Sho. And dependent no definition, there is no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going, no separateness, no sameness. I prostrate the transcendent Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who has transformed into the beloved guide, motivated God into benefit sentient beings, the teacher, Suvada, protector to your administrations, the one who has eliminated the web of conceptualizations, and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and profound. Your translation for the forever noble life race, to you the Buddha administrations. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I get the divine full awakening for the benefit of sentient beings. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Pradavam Hetum Te Shandata Gato Yavata Desham Chayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramana Yesva Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Te Shandata Gato Yavata Desham Chayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramana Yesva Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Te Shandata Gato Yavata Desham Chayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramana Yesva. All phenomena arise in causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata, as well as taught by the great seer. Profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear-line and non-composite, such as natural dharma I've discovered, finding no one who can fathom this teaching in silence or interpreted words. Pure utterance, thought and expression is a professional wisdom, which one born unsees and has the nature of space, is also the apprehension of self-realized wisdom. You, the mother of the Buddhas of the 3 times of your descents. All composite things seem prominent, all contaminated things are the nature of suffering, all phenomena are the nature of emptiness and selflessness, transcendent soul is peace. The Gurus, the Buddha, the Gurus, the Dhamma, likewise the Gurus, the Sangha, the Gurus are souls like everything wholesome, a good for refuge in the Guru. By the sound of the Vajra Dhamma, you liberate all beings from miseries. I beseech you to kindly remain and keep teachings until the end of the expected billions of eons. The Buddha does not watch the negativities of beings, nor does he remove their miseries by his hands. His spiritual realizations will not conclude with them. It is by teaching the truth of the suchness that the beings are liberated. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the love of Dharma for all who live in misery's gloom. If you are attached to this life, you are not a spiritual practitioner. If you are attached to samsara, you have no renunciation. If you are attached to your own self-interest, you have no bodhicitta. If there is question, you do not have the ability. Praise to second of Buddha, page 14. To the founder, the endowed transcendent historian, Gompa being, core historian, completely perfected, full awakened being, perfect knowledge and good content, Sugata, Lord of the world, supreme God to human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the complete and full awakened one, Wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, favoring the places in the three worlds, winning the best, Lord, to your great weight. With the stream sun's face like a spotless moon, color like gold to you I persuade. Justice like you, the three worlds are not, incomparable wise one to you I persuade. The Savior of only great compassion, the founder having all understanding, filled of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the heart that persuade. The purity that frees from form and attachment, the worship that frees from the lower realms, one God, the sublime purity and empty, the Dhamma that pacifies and persuades. Those who are liberated can also show the path of liberation, worthily qualified with realizations, but devoted to non-precepts, to you the Sangha persuade. Do not terminate in virtue sections, but from all imperfect virtue sections, subdue your mind thoroughly, this is a teaching of Buddha. A star, a visual apparition, a flaming lamp, an illusion, a dog, dew, water bottle, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, see conditioned things as such. Through this marriage may sufficiently attain this and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the ways of aging, sickness and death. Heart Sutra, page 29. The Heart Sutra, Professional Wisdom Sutra. I persuade to the away total chair. Thus did I hear at one time. The Buddha was dwelling on massive walls of the mountain, and Rajgriha, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Buddha was absorbed in the concentration of the categories of profound illumination. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arahant, Teshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound illumination of wisdom, and beheld those five gates also as empty inherent nature. Then through the power of the Buddha and the Honorable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arahant, Teshvara, how to the image of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound professional wisdom complain. He said that, and the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arahant, Teshvara said this to the Honorable Shariputra. Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound professional wisdom should look upon him like this, the correct day and repeatedly, whether those five gates also as empty of inherent nature. All is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not of total form, form is also not of the emptiness. In a same way, feeling, discrimination, constant factors, and consciousness empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are empty, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, abstinence, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no constant factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no vision form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, and no phenomena. There is no eye element and so on, up to and including no mind element and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on, up to and including no aging and death, no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation of harm. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely upon and dwell in professional wisdom, a mind without obscuration and thus without fear. Having completely passed through another era, there is the endpoint in Nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times also manifestly completely awakened, once are possible, perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on professional wisdom. Therefore, the mother of the professional wisdom, the mother of great knowledge, Asabhas mantra, the mother of Kukulanic good, the mother that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth since it is not false. The mother of the professional wisdom is declared, Yata Om Gade Gade Bara Sambhade Bodhiswa. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva should train to perform professional wisdom like that. And the Buddha arose from their concentration and commanded the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arahant, Teshvara, saying, well said, son, the lineage, it is like that, it is like that. Once you practice the profound professional wisdom, just as you indicated, even the Tathagata is yours. The Buddha having thus spoken, Venerable Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arahant, Teshvara, those are one with the entirety, along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, and gandharvas, overjoyed and having praised that spoken by the Buddha.
Page 35. With the determination to achieve the highest aim for the benefit of all sentient beings, myself as even the wish-fulfilling gem may overcome general times. Whenever I interact with someone, may I view myself as the lowest moon saw, and from the very depths of my heart, respectfully regard as the superior. The all my deeds may further my mind, and as soon as mental and emotional fluctuations arise, as they endanger myself and others, I strongly confront them and avert them. When I see beings of unpleasant character and those who are oppressed by the so negative and suffering, I don't fear for their very fine, as I have discovered a true treasure. When others are with jealousy, treat me wrong with abuse, offer to others the victory. When someone whom I have helped or in whom I have placed great hopes, misses me in extremely hurtful ways, may regard him still as my precious teacher. In brief, may offer a benefit and joy to all my mothers, both directly and indirectly, by quantity upon myself, all hurts and pains from my mothers. May all this remain undefiled by the states of the eight mundane concerns, and may recognize all things as illusions, devoid of clinging will release from bondage. From our two collections, vast space that I've amassed, working with effort and this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief living Buddha for all those whose minds crystallize planet ignorance. Okay, mental offering. Sorry, page 37, 7 practice, page 37. Except from the king, the 7 practice, there's so many versions are there. And deliberately I took it out from the sutra, not from a very specific tradition. Like Sakya, Kakyu, Nyingma, Kenduk, rather from the sutra, then it becomes more universal. Okay. except from the King of Prayers, the extraordinary expression of the practice of the Samatapatra. I bow down to the youthful and Manjushri. You, the Buddha, as the lions amongst humans, God of freedom in the present, past, and future, in the worlds of the ten directions. All of you with I bow down with the amateur aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect and with as many bodies as atoms of the world. To all you Buddhas who visualize as real, I bow down. On every atom of Buddhas, numberless as atoms. Each of these is a rose of Bodhisattvas, and I'm confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you, and oceans of subtle aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of whose regard us. Beautiful flowers and regal gardens, sweet music scented poets and pedestals, sparkle lights and sublime incense, offered to the tourist ones and Buddhas. Fine dress and attractive perfumes, several powder named highest Mount Meru, all of these offerings in spectacular array offered to the tourist ones. With profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength and conviction in the Bodhisattva way, offer and bow down to all the tourist ones. Every harmful action I have done with my body, speech, and mind, overrun by attachment, anger, and ignorance, all this I openly lay bare before you. I lift my heart and rejoice in all the merits of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas in the ten directions, of souls to realize here is still training in those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of the world in ten directions, who attain the Buddha's omniscience through the stage of awakening, all you my guides, please turn. Together, I earnestly request you who may visualize Parinirvana, please stay with us for eons numberless atoms of the world, or the number of whatever life merit I may have accumulated by making prostration, offering and professing, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddha's daily teach, and not dead with all this full awakening of all beings. Much water. Just now, unknown with perfumes, two new flowers, the throne of Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. Imagine this as a Buddha filled and offer it. All such beings enjoy this pure land. Please bless me with the genuine renunciation, see all aspects of samsara as the viciously repulsive. Precious Bodhicitta that cherishes others more than myself. Please bless me with an immaculate experience of the wisdom of emptiness that doesn't see even an atom of intrinsic reality on the basis of understanding how things come into being by dependent origination through mere conditioning. Please bless me that my understanding overflows with the precious wisdom of the non-duality of bliss and emptiness. Edam Guru Ratnam The foundation of all good qualities, the roadmap to enlightenment. The foundation of all good qualities is a kind and perfect pure Guru. Direct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Understanding that the precious freedom of this rebirth is not only once, is very meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless Bodhicitta with a mind that unceasingly day and night takes its essence. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of virtues or non-virtues come and follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless always to be careful to abandon even the slightest negativity and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Samsaric splendors are unsatisfying and unreliable. Seeking them is a total will suffering. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless Bodhicitta with strong wish for the blissful liberation. Led by the spirit thoughts, mindfulness, alertness, and great question and rise. The root of their teaching is keeping the perfect vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I have decided, so for all other migratory beings, please bless me to see this training Supreme Bodhicitta and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if I develop Bodhicitta, or I don't practice the 3 types of morality and Bodhicitta enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the Bodhisattva vows with great energy. Once I pacified distraction to room objects and correctly analyze the meaning of reality, please bless me to Bodhicitta quickly with my mind stream, the unified path of Gompa expression inside. Having become a pure vessel by straining into the supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the 2 attainments is keeping pure vows and samaya. As I become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect these vows and uplift them in life. And then we realize the importance of the 2 stages. As is Vajrayana, by practicing with great energy, never giving up the 4 sessions. Please bless me to realize the teachings of the Holy Guru. By that, may the Gurus who show the noble path and especially friends who practice in long lives, please bless me to completely fall out any hindrances. In all my lives, never separate from perfect Gurus, enjoy the miracles of Dharma by completing the qualities of the stages in the past and good attainments to the Vajradhara. You are a Bodhicitta, great treasure of non-referential compassion, and usually master of flawless wisdom, as well as Rajapani bestowed those of demons without exception. So about all rule the sages, the landers knows, those on Japa at your feet and administration.
Jai
great treasure of non-referential compassion. A magician must have flawless wisdom, as well as brought upon it to serve a host of demons without exception. So about harm, you the sages, the level stones, those on top of your feet, the frustrations. Okay, the consummate yoga, the complete Tamjin Simki about, generally the complete yoga of the ourselves. Tamjin Simki about generally the complete yoga of the ourselves. Generally the complete was English translation. Tamjin Simki about generally the mantra of consummate yoga. Okay, for this we have four things to practice. Now the main practice. Thus far is laying ground, making the land fertile, and what to practice, what to grow on this. The four things. What are they? Single point meditation, shamatha practice, renunciation, bodhicitta, and awakening practice, and then take rest from Bodhicitta. Okay, good. Ready? 5 minutes. Let's be careful of particularly the two the two areas of meditation, mental excitement and laxity, and to overcome these two, apply the introspection mindfulness. Are you ready?
renunciation. It is to renounce the miseries. To renounce miseries means to know how to renounce causes of miseries. The Buddha indicated, Ye dharma hetu prabhava. This phenomenon of the miseries, they don't arise randomly, they arise by depending on causes. Unless we tackle the causes, there's no way by which we can get rid of the miseries. So what are the causes of the miseries and how we tackle them? The Buddha taught the 4 seals. As a remedy to overcome them, the root of all miseries, the ignorance, and ignorance is from misconceptions. There are 4 which the Buddha identified as the most severe ones. Misconceiving impermanent phenomena as permanent, misconceiving suffering nature as happiness, misconceiving impure things as pure, and misconceiving what is of selfless nature as of self-worth. To remove these 4 misconceptions, the Buddha taught 4 seals. The first one, all composite is impermanent. And there's impermanence of 2 kinds, gross and subtle. The gross one is what we need to reflect on first, meditate first, the impermanence of death. All the beautiful things that happen in your life, they're all gone now. At pre-COVID days, pre-COVID years, they're all gone. And looking at the history of humanity, 200 years ago, perhaps there are 5 billion human beings. Where are these 5 billion human beings? Not even a single person left today. And that's for sure. And amongst them, you could see people of your age, older, younger ones. Not even the youngest one is alive today now. And they have their own dreams. They have their own aspirations, they have their own careers, plans. The parents have so much of plan on the children, and the children also have their own expectations and dreams. Whether dreams are accomplished or not accomplished, today not even a single person is left. Likewise, 200 years down in the future from today, the 8 billion human beings today, not even a single one of them will be survived then. And this reality, this real impermanence, and this impermanence, where till yesterday, a whole town, a lively town was there, and the next day, simply washed away by the landslide, the flood, tsunami, and so forth. And the next day it was totally barren, this impermanence. And this impermanence, the uncertainty of the death, and the uncertainty of the time of death, reflection on these is very scary, is very demoralizing. At the same time, we discover the reality. To the reality, we come to look for the solutions. This is how the Buddha succeeded, Bodhicitta succeeded. And this, the obvious change that we see is possible. Only the changes happen on the yearly basis, monthly basis, weekly basis, daily basis, hourly basis, minute by minute basis, second by second basis, millisecond by millisecond basis, nanosecond by nanosecond basis, which means that all composite phenomena, they qualify this momentariness, changing moment by moment, changing millisecond by millisecond, which includes our body, our mind, our cell, the world in which we live, the whole universe. That is how all composite phenomena are so transitory in nature, they move so fast. This is what I don't see. With my eyes, I see with my eyes, we see things that are so static. This is the optical delusion. The reality is that all composite things, they don't even sit for a single moment. So transitory and instantaneous. Yes. Just imagine that seeing things, composite things as very transitory makes us feel so scared.
like somebody being, like you being thrown into a very fast moving train by a stranger. It's very scary. Faster the train moves, more the fear. But who decides where the train is taking you? And why we have the fear? Because we don't know where the train is taking us. Who decides where the train takes us? The driver. If the driver is under the sway of the contaminations or the terrorists, it only takes us to the slaughterhouse. In our case, the driver is the mind. Unfortunately, it is under the sway of the two demons. Self-grasping, ignorance, self-centered attitude. And the worst of the contamination, worst of all the contaminations, self-grasping, ignorance. As long as our mind is under the sway of self-grasping, ignorance, the worst of contaminations will only have the miseries. All contaminated is a suffering nature. What kind of suffering? Sickness, aging, death, tension, depression, anxiety, anguish, lamentation, grief, and so forth. And one moment of such pain is good enough to nullify all the past moments of the merriments, celebrations, festivities, and so forth. Yes, that's true. One moment is good enough just to nullify all past wonders. All the past wonders turn out to be so gloomy, dark, hopeless, and deep, very shallow. That's true. Is there a way out? 2021 is stopped on its own. Likewise, when will this come to an end? All the miseries, with endless tears, when will these come to an end? They will never come to an end unless we put a concerted effort to bring an end to this. Impermanent phenomena, there are three kinds. One, which invariably comes to an end, for example, like 2020, 2021, and now 2022 will come to an end within 3-4 months. There's another class of impermanent phenomena which never comes to an end, for example, time, your mind, and so forth. And there's a third class of impermanent phenomena which never comes to an end until we put an effort. Only if we put effort, it can be brought to an end. Like what? Like your miseries, like your self-grasping ignorance, like your samsara, like all the pains that we go through. Okay, so what kind of effort is required? We have to tackle the roots of the cause of suffering. The truth of this suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, this is what Buddha taught. What is the cause of suffering? Ultimate cause is self-grasping ignorance. And how to get rid of this? By introducing a very powerful remedy. What is the remedy? The remedy is the wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is a discerning mind whose apprehension of object tallies with the reality. What is the reality? The reality is, or when it will indicate it as a third seal, everything is from nature, emptiness, selflessness. Okay, let's really mention emptiness. To deal with the person who you love so much, be it your mother or father, or your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, that is an emptiness, that person. Okay, kill that person. Now how does this person appear to you? So appealing, so loving, and how does this person appear to you? Like so objectified, so certified there, or just like a dream that your mind is projecting it. Of course, not like a dream. He or she is so objectively there, so certified there. This belief is the self-grasping ignorance. This is what creates all your miseries and what attracts all the fears of your life. How can I know that this belief that this person exists so objectively, that is a mistaken mind, that is the self-grasping ignorance? How come there is not a valid mind? Okay, to evaluate this, remember what Arindagarbhajana said. If the mirage were to water, or not those whisper mirage see water. If this person were to exist objectively, why do I see this person as a go close to his object? Okay, now let us go close to his object. And the mind which goes close to his object is known as ultimate analysis. In other words, let us subject this person to ultimate analysis. Subject to this person ultimate analysis, whatever you find which is not that person, let's just ignore, because we are in search of the objectively existing person, and if this was not what you find, anything else you just ignore. Okay. Going closer to the object, first we see the thin layer of the skin of that person. Of course, that's not a person. Behind that, the fatty tissues. Behind that, the muscles, the cartilages, the flesh. Behind that, the whole skeleton. And if that skeleton is to come to you in the night, it's very scary. This is not what the person that I really feel close to. Okay, what else then? The heart, the lungs, the liver, the pancreas, the intestine, the stomach, gallbladder. None of these solid parts constitute that person. None of the solid part, which is that on earth, is that person. If you're convinced of this, you are seeing that the person is not one, intrinsically, person is not to be identified as intrinsically one with the element earth. Next element water. 4 liters of blood which come in and out by the heart to different parts of the body. Of course, that is not that person. Element of the fire, 2,600 joules of energy the person has. Of course, that is not that person. Element of air, 4.6 liters of air that the person breathes in and out through the lungs. Of course, that is not that person. And in space, 99.99% of the person is space. Of course, that space is not a person. The person is solid in nature, and the space is vacuum in nature. The space is also not that person. What's left now? The mind. Of course, I cannot see that person, but I can see this person. I cannot see the mind of this person. So it's mind of this person, also not that person. And also that the person is male, the person is female, and the gender is positive on the basis of the body, not on the basis of the mind. Therefore, this person is the mind of this person is also not this person. Okay, so now what do you see? I just see the 6 elements of that person. Okay, so which is 6 elements of the person to be identified as person or rejected as a person? None. Which means if you're very sure of this, you've understood that the person is empty of being objectively interested one with the parts. Okay, if you still believe that person does exist objectively there, now of the 2 possibilities or options, one is already ruled out. Now let's do following the remaining option, that is that a person, if the person does exist objectively, then should be existing as intrinsically different from these 6 elements. Okay, now remove the 6 elements to see if it does exist as intrinsically different from the 6 elements. What is left? Remove the 6 elements, nothing is left there. So these are only 2 possibilities for the person to exist objectively, and both are ruled out, which means that the person existing as objectively is ruled out. Okay, what do you see now? I just see the 6 elements. Where is this person objectively real? Nothing is identified to be there as being the person. Okay, see this experience of the non-affirmative negative, of the emptiness, of the objective existence of the person. Since this experience going on. And this is what we are discovering. We are not what inventing. Invent is not the real experience of emptiness. See this experience of the non-affirmative negative, of the emptiness of objective existence of the person. Okay, that's amazing. This experience is so profound. You may get a ticking sensation, you may get a tinge of fear, you may get a tinge of extremely tranquil feeling within you. And if you do experience this, you are extremely fortunate, and then you are on the proper track. It may not be the final answer of emptiness, but you are going the proper track. But if you don't get this experience, don't worry. It's simply indicative of the fact that we need to go for more extensive studies and reflection on emptiness, and with meditation, we will eventually experience these indications. Okay, but what's the benefit of this meditation? Yes, just as this person was subjected to ultimate analysis, we uncover the reality that this person is totally empty, although the person always appears as object real. So likewise, all my miseries, which are all things so terrified, so dragging me down, putting me down with heaviness, deep sense of sadness, but it's all, nothing really exists. These miseries don't really exist the way they appear to me as object real. Instead, they're all empty of being object real. They all dissolve in the experience of emptiness. Wow, that's amazing. They dissolve. Your experience of emptiness transcends all these sorrows. This is what Buddha has indicated as the fourth C of transcendent sorrows, absolute peace. Just abide this experience of emptiness where all your sorrows are transcended. And generate a very strong wish that may I forever experience this emptiness where all my miseries, sorrows are transcended. This aspiration is the genuine and most refined understanding of renunciation. Say this experience for a while. Okay. Let's slowly come out and sit for a few seconds break before we move to the Bodhicitta. Ready? Okay, for Bodhicitta we need a great support. Let us reinforce the visualization of all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas in the space in front of us. So loving, caring, embracing, like the mother, like your parents, two parents, feeling so proud of you for you are doing something extraordinarily virtuous and good. I also reinforce the visualization of your two parents, your children, and all your family members and all the sentient beings around you. And you are encouraging them to join you in the practice of this Bodhicitta. And we'll do this on the basis of the four vegetables. Okay. And as they indicated before, it can be, at times it can be superficial, it doesn't matter. This means the practice when a mind does not flow very naturally. It has a tendency to pull back. It has a tendency to resist the compassion, and we exercise this mind to make it more and more flexible, and eventually to embrace all dimensions of total love. Immeasurable loving kindness. How good would it be that all my dear sentient beings are endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. The causes of happiness primarily consisting of the wisdom of emptiness, the most fearless mind of the wisdom of emptiness, and the most appearing mind of the Bodhicitta, the unconditional of the Bodhicitta. May all my dear sentient beings be endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. I'll take the responsibility that all my dear sentient beings are endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas witnessing the yoga making such a courageous commitment. They are so intensely happy and proud of you. The way the mother, after all these many years of they go through the hardship of raising her children, and today the eldest daughter, just age 12, and the eldest son, age 11, two of them come to the mother, telling the mother, "Mother, please take rest. You have done everything for us. You have given so much love towards us. Now we are grown up. We'll take care of our siblings. We'll take care of you also." But mother could not believe her eyes and ears. She was so happy. Tears rolling down her eyes. This is exactly what is happening to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. They are so proud of you to see that you are making such a courageous commitment to let all the general sentient beings have the maximum happiness and cause of happiness. And this happiness of pride, the Buddhists experience, invoke the compassion of mission minds,
the central necklace, you and ultimate sentient beings. The mere touchless necklace with the bodies beings of yours instills in all happiness and the cause of happiness in the minds of sentient beings yourself. And you witnessing such a miracle is happening to us all ultimate sentient beings. You're intensely happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sound relief. Next for compassion. How good would it be that all my demon sentient beings are freed from suffering and the cause of suffering. The cause of suffering primarily consists of self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude, and their offshoots in the form of inappropriate attention, the gross afflictions, and the contaminated karmas. All the wrongdoings, all the wrong actions of the 10 non-virtuous karmas: stealing, killing, sexual misconduct, harsh words, slander, idle gossip, and the divisive words, the malice, the covetousness, and the wrong views. May all my dear sentient beings be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. I'll take the responsibility that all my dear sentient beings are free from suffering and the cause of suffering. The Buddha's Bodhisattvas witnessing the evening is such a charismatic moment, the intense happiness and proud of you. This part of happiness and invoke their compassionate mission minds to the central nectars with the sweeping light of bliss in ultimate sentient beings. A mere touch of less nectars with the boss beings yours. frees the beings from all miseries and cause of miseries. And you witnessing such a miracle towards all of them sentient beings. You are intensely happy. Take 3 deep breaths, silent relief. Immeasurable joy of Bodhicitta. How good would it be that all my dear sentient beings are never separated from happiness and cause of happiness that they endowed with. May all my dear sentient beings never be separated from happiness and the causes of happiness that they endowed with. I'll take the responsibility that all my dear sentient beings are never separated from happiness and the causes of happiness that they endowed with. The Buddha's Bodhisattvas witnessing the evening is such gracious commitment that intense happiness around you. This part of the happiness and invoke their compassionate mission minds with central nectars and with sweet lights to it with all demon sentient beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the bodies and beings of yours stabilizes the happiness and causes the happiness that the beings are endowed with. And you witnessing such a miracle acceptance most all of them sentient beings. You are intensely happy. Take 3 deep breaths, silent relief. Immeasurable equanimity. How good would it be that all my demon sentient beings are freed from the biased attitude with excessive attachment to the sum of devotion towards others, and instead abiding the great state of equanimity, embracing all other demon sentient beings with total love and affection, leaving them aside. May all my demon sentient beings be freed from the biased attitude of excessive attachment to the sum and devotion towards others. I'll take the responsibility that all my demon sentient beings are freed from the bias attitude of excessive attachment to some and aversion towards others. The Buddhist Bodhisattvas witnessing the revealing such courage commitment to the intense happiness of gratitude, this bright happiness invoked the compassion of Nishmas to the sense of nectar was very swift lives towards you and all your sentient beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the policy of yours frees the beings from the biased attitude of excessive attachment to some and aversion to others, and instead abiding and making them abide in a great state of equanimity, embracing all others with total love and affection, leaving them aside. And you witnessing such a miracle suffering towards all the human beings, you are intensely happy, take 2 deep breaths suddenly. Underscoring all the 4 mesh balls is the unconditional love towards all the beings, abiding within this incredibly beautiful mind of being, unconditional love towards all beings. Okay, with this unconditional love, tempered by this unconditional love, with folded hands, will make a Bodhicitta commitment, the most beautiful mind of being, the most beautiful mind that possibly exists in this whole universe. Let us say this commitment 3 times together. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear brothers and human beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear brothers and human beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear brothers and human beings. Abiding in this courageous mind of Bodhicitta, the most beautiful mind of this universe, divine. Slowly transform this beautiful mind of Bodhicitta into a spotless, clean, white moon disk, horizontally sitting in the heart. Okay, that's amazing that we made such a courageous commitment to become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings, but what guarantees that we can become Buddha? Yes, I put Buddha nature there. The seed of perfection, the seed of Buddhahood within me and all the demons and beings. But how come that we have not been enlightened since time immemorial till now? Yes, that's true. Thus far, I've been deceived by the 2 demons, self-grasping and self-centered. Today, I'm dissolution by these 2. I'm going to put every effort extended in these 2 demons and awaken this Buddha nature within that I become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings. But how will we do that? By resorting to a very powerful remedy. What is this remedy? Non-dual wisdom of emptiness. And what is that? Okay, let's quickly retrieve the experience with emptiness of the person who you love the most on this earth, which we did as the 3rd seal as part of the 4 seals. Okay, think of that person who you love the most on this earth. How does the person appear to you? As object real or like a dream? Of course not like a dream, as so object real. Okay, that is the grasping ignorance. How do you know this? Remember what Arjuna said. If the mirage to the water were not those close to the mirage to the water, if this person to whom I love so much exists objectively, why do you always see this person as a considered object? Okay, let us subject this person to article analysis. We end up seeing 6 elements: an earth, water, fire, air, space, and consciousness. Where is this person? Which of the 6 elements is this person? None of the 6 elements is divided in fantasy principally as the person. And does the person exist as different from this? Remove 6 elements, what is there? Nothing is left there. So from the object, where is this person? Objectively, the person is totally empty. Since experience, where you discovered the emptiness of the person. Okay, slowly transform this most fearless mind of the wisdom of emptiness into a spotless, clean, thumb-sized white vajra, vertically swimming in the moon-discovered heart. Okay, let's not forget the view of the Vajra moon. That's amazing.
The moon symbolizing the national Bodhicitta, which wishes, the primary mind which wishes to become Buddha for the benefit of demonstration beings. Yes, to exterminate the self-centered attitude, and the Vajra symbolizing the ultimate Bodhicitta, the wisdom which sees the emptiness directly, wisdom which sees the emptiness non-dualistically, as of the Arya Bodhisattvas, to exterminate all the material defilements, including the afflicted and the karmic obscurations. This guarantees that your Buddha-ness is going to awaken fully, that you become Buddha. But what about all my dear sentient beings? That's true, they're suffering terribly. Your parents, your children, and all the family members, all dear sentient beings. Yes, with this intense love and affection, compassion, this compassion invoked the Vajramuni with the heart multiplied infinite number of times, and share one set of the Vajramuni with your mom at her heart, one set with your dad at his heart, one set each one of your children, each one of the family members, each of the sentient beings here in Thosamling Nunnery, each one of the sentient beings in your own country, each one of the sentient beings in the world, in the Milky Way galaxy, and in the entire universe. Okay, this is amazing. Yes. You're so kind, it's amazing kind. This is the best thing that you can possibly do in your life, and today you did it. Meanwhile, let's not forget, all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas there, they were watching us. Why not we invite all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas to be the witness and the guests to our undertaking the ceremony of taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow. As a gesture making this request, along with all the sentient beings, imagine that. Okay, let us stand up to make twin respiration for all those Bodhisattvas. Okay, let us sit on our right knees. And while undertaking the ceremony, if you do feel the pain, then you can sit down. We begin with sitting on the right knees, because pain should not stop you from reflecting on the taking this ceremony, which is so precious. Okay, which page? Page 50. With a proper reflection, visualize all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas, reinforce visualizing Buddhist Bodhisattvas, then taking part in your ceremony of taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow, and the way, the manner in which your true parents, seeing that you as a very young tender girl or tender boy, just age 5 or age 6, for the first time in your life, making a public appearance on behalf of your school. Your parents feel so proud of you, and they leave behind all the worries for that day. They join the audience, waving their hands to you, telling you that we're here, we are so proud of you, and they are there just to give emotional support to you, and they feel so proud of what you're doing. This is exactly what all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas are feeling today. They're so proud of what you're doing today. And then also visualize, imagine that you as the eldest child, as a young girl or young boy, encouraging all your siblings to join you, and you are encouraging all the demonstration siblings to join you in this taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow, so that each one of them will be liberated from all the miseries and will get to the highest state of ultimate happiness.
So with this mind, let's recite the verses together, wholeheartedly. I go for refuge to the triple gem, I confess the negativities individually, I resolve the words of all the beings, I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. I go for refuge to the triple gem, I confess the negativities individually, I resolve the words of all the beings, I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. I go for refuge to the triple gem, I confess the negativities individually, I resolve the words of all the beings, I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. Gurus, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, please behave to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated the mind of Bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwell in the Buddhist practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will judge the mind of Bodhicitta, and I shall have two successful for the Buddhist practices. Gurus, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, please behave to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated the mind of Bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwell in the Buddhist practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will judge the mind of Bodhicitta, and I shall have two successful follow the Buddhist practices. Gurus, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, please behave to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated the mind of Bodhicitta, and just as they successfully joined the Buddhist practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will judge the mind of Bodhicitta, and I shall have two successfully trained in the Buddhist practices. Just feel the joy of having an aspiration to receive the aspiration Bodhisattva. Extremely meritorious, very fortunate, and seeing that you have done such amazing virtuous deed today, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, they feel so proud when a man in which the mother, after all these many years of hearing complaints from the school of her, the eldest daughter and the eldest, you as a young daughter and a young son, receive the complaints, and today the school principal comes, and the mother again feels so apprehensive. What kind of complaints today? What did my son do? Any complaints? School principal said, no complaint. We came here to congratulate you. Your son and your daughter took them appointed as the best students of the school for this year. The mother could not believe her eyes and ears of all these many years of hearing the complaints. Today, she's hearing extremely pleasant thing. She's so proud, tears rolling on her cheeks. This is exactly what's happened to all Buddhists. They feel so happy today that after all these innumerable lifetimes of us only engaging in non-virtuous activity, negative karmas, negative thoughts, and so forth, and today for the first time, they are seeing, they're witnessing that you are doing such a great thing. You are generally such a wholesome mind of the Bodhicitta. They are so proud. And today, this pride and the happiness that they feel today, the celebration, invoke the Vajra Moon at their hearts in full-fledged form to multiply infinite number of times. And like rain shower, they descend to merge with the one that visualize the heart, thereby becoming non-dual, stabilized and blessed. Of the Vajra Moon that you reside in your heart, that has been blessed. Likewise, all these innumerable replicas of the Vajra Moon from the house of all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they descend to merge with that which visualize the heart of your mother and the heart of your father, each one of the children, each one of the family members, each one of the beings here in Thosamling, the human beings, animals, insects, herbivores, hell beings, God and goddesses, spirits, and each of the sentient beings in the world, in our own country, in the world, in the Milky Way galaxy, in the entire universe. Now everyone has the Vajra Moon which you have shared with them. They have been blessed by those descended from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas' hearts. Amazing. This is the greatest meaning, and this is the greatest gift that you're offering to all the demonstration beings. And today we gifted them with this. And this, the Buddha said, is the greatest of the offerings to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. More so than of filling the whole universe with gems and offering them to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. One moment of genuine compassion is far what excels that offering. So what I mentioned of our having to the spiritual now, this greatest offering that we make today to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And if you like, you see that this greatest meaning, you have given such a meaning, such an incredibly precious meaning to your life. And this is all happening because of the kindness of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. As a gesture of thanking all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, along with all the other sentient beings, Let us stand with me through persuasions. Don't close bodhisattvas. Okay, please take your seats. Page 51. So the practice that we did this over the last few days of the Bodhicitta, taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow, to make sure that we feel connected with these teachings, that we don't get lost of these teachings in the future lifetimes. And not only that we are connected, we rigorously engage in this practice so that the journey, Gade Para Samgade Gade, is very swift and be materialized very soon for the whole dimensions and beings. We include them in the form of these prayers. Throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassion of Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious Bodhicitta even across my life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassion of Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious Bodhicitta even across my life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassion of Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious Bodhicitta even across my life. In order to further increase this Bodhicitta from now on, those with discernment who have lucidly seized and awakened the mind of Bodhicitta in this way should highly praise in the following manner. Today my life has borne fruit, having well attained this human existence. I have been born in the family of the Buddha and now one Buddha's children. Thus whatever actions I do from now on must be in accordance but likewise by some coincidence an awakened mind has been born within me. Is a supreme ambrosia that overcomes the sorrow of death, is an inexhaustible treasure that eliminates all poverty in the world, is a supreme medicine that quells the world's disease, is the tree that shelters all beings wandering entirely in a path of conditioned existence, is the universal bridge that leads to freedom from unhappy state of birth, is the morning moon of the mind that dispels the torment of the disturbing conceptions, is the great sun that finally removes the mystic ignorance of the world, is supreme milk of Dharma. All those guests traveling on the path of conditioned existence who wish to experience abundance and happiness, this will satisfy them with joy and actually place them in the supreme bliss. Today, in the presence of all the protectors, I invite the world of the guests at a festival of temporary and ultimate delight. May God's demigods all be joyful. I dedicate the merit thus gathered to twist to realize activities in the prayers of all the Bodhisattvas and Bodhisattvas for 3 times and to the upholding of the doctrine, scripture and insight. May all life through the force of this merit never separate from the 4 wheels of the Mahana vehicle and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, poetry and the 3 stages. From our 2 collections, vast space that have amassed from working with effort is this practice for a great length of time. May I become the chief living Buddha for all those whose minds customize divinely awakenings. Gate Swaha.